have Soumya, who is our business consultant and an integral part of our team. She'll be coordinating after a call to welcome you on board and then connecting you with a client management team, which are the associate concierge as well as a business manager who oversees all the client support and client activities throughout the day. Let me also introduce myself. I'm Neil Mehta. I'm the founder and the chief negotiator of the business. So right now it was early morning hours, so the call directly came to me. We have been in the concierge service as a client-centric model for the last 4 years, and we are very grateful and humbled to have served more than 1,000 clients across the US, Canada, and the Middle East, which is UAE specifically. The entire objective is to ensure that we only pay the right price of the vehicle what we are looking to purchase. It's a very personal story of mine. When I just graduated off the college with my master's in biomedical informatics, I stumbled across that I wanted to get a new car. Went to the dealership, thought that it would be just like going to Safeway or going to Kinko's or FedEx and just picking up what you want. There is a standard price and you pay at the checkout and off you go. But nonetheless, it was not like that. And you may have experienced the same in your previous car buying or car selling transactions journey. So that led to the inception of this. And a lot of my friends and family members started asking that, hey, Neil, can you help my mom or can you help my girlfriend or can you help me because I'm busy professional or I'm working 10 hours a day and I really don't have bandwidth to go from one dealership to another dealership and understand what is the actual price, what should I pay? And not only in terms of that, but also in terms of what should be the APR, what should be the insurance, how to ensure that I am not paying for all the dealership shenanigans in terms of the convenience fee, window tint fee, ETCH fee, and all of the things to where they just mark up the vehicle to increase the profit margins. So that is how we have initiated. And we are working across multiple make and models based upon exactly your requirement. Full disclosure here, we do not get paid from any dealership, nor we have any kickbacks or commissions coming from any dealership. So whatever you are looking at is what we are going to serve. We have a complete transparent business model in a way that will, first of all, understand your make, model, and everything what we'll build as we kind of go deeper into our interactive conversation. And then based upon that, our associate concierges will be reaching out to more than 30, 40 dealership across within 50 miles, within 100 miles of the radius to see what inventory options are there. And we list them down in a very detailed Google spreadsheet with how far is it from your zip code, that is from your place. What is the initial price we are getting? What is the initial negotiated price we are getting? Whom we are speaking with at the dealership? And we 100% believe in the written pricing. That is a written quotation. Because if someone says, yeah, I'll give you like $20,000 discount, but if it is not in writing, that means it's just a facade for them to bring you or to make you walk into the dealership. We do this thorough exercise, which we call a curation. That is a market research approach, where we leverage more than 18 plus online platforms such as cars.com, cargurus.com, trade.com, autotrader.com, etc., along with reaching out personally to all the manufacturer dealership. In your case, you are looking at a particular model. So on that model, we'll be reaching out to those dealerships and then we'll be listing the exact models and then taking the I would say the exercise forward. Post that, once we start getting the initial pricing, then we move on to a phase called negotiations, which is where we'll make the dealership compete for your business. But here is the fun fact. None of the dealership will ever get to know even that we are shopping on your behalf till the very final hour. So that way you are not getting inundated or bombarded with calls, texts, or the offer expires today kind of the emails, etc. So that you can focus on what matters to you while we are doing this. Our team works from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern every day 6 days a week. Plus, we are available ad hoc on Sundays because some of the members are only available during the weekend times. So rest assured that there'll be a frequent communication over email, which is a preferred way. But at any point in time, if you want to get on a Zoom call like this, or want to speak on a phone call or via text message, our team is available. There's a three level of, I would say, a communication protocol, what we have. So one of the associate concierge will be the point of contact for you, followed by the business manager who will be introduced in the email thread, followed by me as I oversee across the entire business. And I am also looked in every email communication. Plus, we do a huddle, team huddle every single day to ensure and understand where we are with respect to every client journey and how we are moving forward to ensure that we fulfill your vehicle acquisition process within the time frame or focusing on getting the best negotiated deal. So I'll take a pause here and open it up for any questions or anything you want to ask.
Okay. No, that sounds great. And you search for new and used vehicles?
Yes, we search for new, pre-owned, certified, anything what you're looking at, we will search. We'll get the pricing for that, and also we have a lot of checklists in place. If you're looking for a pre-owned one, we look at the Carfax report, we look at the dealership inspection report, and the moment before you are going to purchase, we always recommend that we should get a third party unbiased inspection of the car.
Okay.
So that way we can ensure that there is no issues with the engine, the transmission, etc., before we wire the funds or before we go for the financing also. If you're looking
So,
at a new car, we can look at both the financing option as well as a leasing option. And on that also, we work with the dealership to get the lowest APR. If you're already pre-approved with any of your banking partners, that is also completely fine. We can follow that route.
okay. And then,
Yeah.
so if it's a car that's like far away that we have to have it shipped,
Yes,
will
we
you
look at
like say if it's a used car and it's far away, is there some will you be able to help find like someone to do an inspection of it?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
we do two levels of inspection. Let's say if the car is at more than 500 miles away or it's not practically possible for you to go. So so first of all, what we'll do is we'll put down $1,000 refundable deposit. So we lock in the car for the next 48 to 72 hours. So it's not that like while we are doing the inspection, someone else like walks in, put like $2,000 more because our pricing are always the lowest, right? So the dealership is always like, even if they get someone who pays like $500 more, they want to just sell it to that person. And they are the last one to hold and fulfill the promise or anything what they say. So before we spend any of our money onto that vehicle, right? If the price is good, I always, as a part of the protocol, we always go with reserving or putting a security deposit of $1,000. And then we ask the dealership that this is how we are going to do a third party independent inspection. In that, there are multiple different companies who are doing nationwide. And then there are local companies or a large used car repair showroom or a auto detailer which are there. We look at their Google reviews. We look at whether they have the experience and the expertise on servicing or analyzing the exact make. Essentially, if it is Kia, if it is Toyota, if it is Beamer, if it is Mercedes, etc. And then we
Okay.
facilitate that. At any point in time, if a dealership says that you cannot do a third party inspection, we walk away from the deal. It's a big no-no, even if it is like the cheapest car. So when I say it's a
Sure.
lowest negotiated price, is not the cheapest price. We are not looking at giving you something which will only work for 1 week and after that it's not working, right?
Sure.
That's not the reason why you are hiring us. It has to be a systematic, due diligent process where we are making sure all the checks and balances are in place. So that being said, after the third party inspection report is done, if the car is in great condition, we move ahead with the purchase. If there are certain minor fixes which needs to be done, then there are two approaches which we do. One, either we ask the dealership to offset that from the total price so that you pay a little bit less. And then once the car arrives to your home, you can take that money and get it fixed. That is option one. Or we ask them to get it fixed. Once that is fixed, then we move forward with the final transaction. The cost to deliver the car is typically $1 per mile, which is the standard on an open truck. But if you feel that I want to ship the car in a closed container, then it is about $1.8 per mile. So it is almost double as compared to an open trailer. So the choice
Okay.
is yours. We work with more than 12 different shippers across the country, and we'll also get the quotations for them. We'll also negotiate on those pickup to drop facility. We'll also coordinate, but there are two additional fees apart from our fees, which is our concierge fee, which I'll come to that in a moment, is a third party inspection fee, which you'll directly pay to that. Again, we are not affiliated with that. So if you say, Neil, I don't want this recommendations what you have shared, but we'll go with this one. We are completely okay with that. All right. And then the second fee is the shipping fee. So that also you are going to pay directly to the shipper. But again,
Mhm.
you will have the full visualization, comparison, and analysis. And based upon that, we can take the final call. Now, coming to our fees, as you said that you are just looking to buy, it can be lease, it can be finance, it can be paid in cash. That we'll discuss in a minute. But our fees is $1,000 all inclusive. That is the same fee what your wife has paid, where $500, which is $499 to be precise, is paid as we kick off the engagement. As we get started, we will welcome you. We'll share you a client handbook, which has all the protocols in place and how the communication, coordination, and the engagement will move forward. And then once you get the car, once you have the keys, and once we request a Google review with your experience, then we raise the second and the final invoice, which is another $500. That assures you that we are available and will be on our toes at every step along the way to ensure that we are completing the entire car buying transaction process and you are getting the car to you. If let's say if the delivery is going to take 2, 3 days, we are still coordinating with the shipping companies. So till the final hour, we are there. And also, if you need to get the insurance, a new policy, or move from your current car to the current policy of your current car, or you want to add on a new car to your existing policy, all that coordination and facilitation will be done. So we have a separate insurance premium service also where we are negotiating insurance premium, but I'll talk a little bit later on that front. Coming back to the car, this is the process. It doesn't matter whether we complete this entire process in 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We work as per your timeline. We work as per your availability. So that way it's a flat fee. Unlike a lawyer who will charge by the hour or charge by the week, we don't want to do that. And our internal metrics is you need to have at least financial savings of 2 to 3x of the fees what you're paying. So we ensure that 3,000 up to $3,000 or plus total negotiated, documented, demonstrated savings are passed on to you. It's not that we'll get a humongous quote and then we'll say that we are just negotiating on that, but it's a very comparative negotiations which we do, and I'll share my screen in a minute so that you can see how we are doing it in a curated fashion, in a systematic fashion. Can you please remind me which car you are looking at so I can just pull up that?
Um, Looking for a Toyota Supra.
Supra. Yeah. Okay. Uh, just a minute here.
So it's kind of a particular one that I'm looking for. Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I can also do one thing. We can also create a build here while we are on the call. Uh, I'll just share my screen. Okay. So here is the Toyota 2026 GR Supra. We'll start the build. So, which
Could be an
edition
adventure.
or the trim you are looking at?
So if I get a 2026 one, I would probably go with the premium.
The premium one. Okay, so let's just go.
Yeah, there's one a 20 in 2023 they made the one they only made the gray color that year,
Okay.
and so I like my I think the first one I'm looking for is the 2023,
Oh,
but I'd be
okay.
open to a
So,
2024 or a new one too. In
all right.
if just depends on what's available.
What's available? So then let's do this. This will be much better as we are looking at multiple options. So we have something called a client requirement form. We also open to certified ones as well.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Let's look at no timeline, looking for a deal right now, and then we can move the timeline around. So what is the year range you are looking at here?
2023 or newer.
Okay, on
So
you.
2023 through 2026. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. So we'll do the Toyota Supra. You are looking at the premium tree, right?
Yeah, it's different for different years is
Yeah,
different.
yeah, different. For
But
each.
I just don't they made the one in 2026 they made a final edition one which is like $10,000 more, which I'm not crazy about, but
Yeah,
because
if
it's
you're
just kind of like the same car with a different badge on it.
right, right. And so we will keep this open for the trim level, and we'll look at like what are the specific features you are looking at, and based upon that, for each year we'll do the permutation and combination. Uh, what is the miles or the kilometers? I mean, kilometers is for Canada, but what are the miles you're looking at?
I think I'd like something that's like probably 25 or less, 25,000 or less.
Okay. Any particular packages you are looking at in the car?
Um, I really want the manual transmission.
Okay.
Um, and this may be in a different field, but the gray color that they made in 2023 for the exterior, and then the interior color is called, I think they call it hazelnut. It's the brownish one. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But if it's otherwise, if it's not that 2023, then I would go with the white.
Right? White is the second preferred option.
Yep.
Uh, all right. And for interior, any second preferred option you have?
No.
Okay. So hazelnut brownish one is absolutely mandatory. Okay. So let me just put this mandatory.
Yeah, that kind of narrows the search down because most of them are black interior.
And so you're looking at manual transmission. Any particular drivetrain as a preference? RWD?
I think they're all real drive.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a sports car. So it will be RWD. Okay. Any must-haves you are looking at? Of course, you have told me the must-haves on the other previous fields, but if there's
Yeah, nothing
anything
other
else
than
which pops up in your mind,
no, nothing
okay.
else.
Any must not have, so definitely automatic transmission, right? So I'll
Correct.
sure that we don't want that.
Correct.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. I apologize, but can you please repeat your zip code?
53590.
Okay, so we'll look at search radius 500 miles at first. But if we are not getting any options within that, then we'll increase the search radius.
Okay.
Yeah. Any budget you have as a part of like all inclusive and including taxes, title, license, and fees?
Not really. I mean, I guess we'll just look at see which is the best available.
Okay.
I'm not, yeah. I think the ones that are like the final edition ones get up over 70, which just feels kind of egregious for this car.
Okay. So we'll keep
You know what
around
I mean?
70K as the budget.
Yeah. We'll just see
Okay.
which is
Are you
best.
looking to pay cash, finance?
Either cash or finance, just depend. I don't know if you get a better deal on the car if you finance it, like in terms of the price, but
Okay.
I'm fine if you want to take out a loan on it and then I can just pay it off if that helps. That I
Mhm.
don't really care either way.
Okay. Okay. Just a second. I have your number here. Mhm. Perfect. So this form gets a copy of this goes to the team, and they get the understanding of what you are looking at. Now let me show you some of the work which we have done. It might not be exactly the Supra, but you will get a flavor of that. Just a second here. I'm especially looking at something which is pre-owned, so that you will see better. Let me know once you are able to see the screen.
Yep, I see.
Yeah. So this is one of the client. She was looking at the Toyota. I just preferred Toyota to Toyota comparison here. It will be better. The trim level was XLE Premium, XLE, XSE, and Limited. So a couple of options she was looking at. She was not sure. Exterior color was also two, three options. She gave it to us. The zip code, and she wanted it as quickly as possible. The timeline was very stringent, 1 week. But she had this many features as a set requirement. So you can see it was very, very detailed, right? She is like, I'm looking for like finding, you help me find the needle from the haystack. And we accepted that as a challenge to be 2020 or newer, 40,000 miles or less, clean title, comes with a warranty, windshield pearl, etc., etc., etc. And then we started creating the listings here. So we do extensive listings. So you can see it's not just like the top 5 or 7, but this many listings what we did across from multiple different platforms. And this were all of our specific requirements, which we manually mapped because some of them were not even clearly visible on the build document because she was also looking at a pre-owned one, just like how you are also open to that as a concept. So we put down all those informations here, whether it had a 360-degree camera view, contactless phone charging, moonroof, ventilated seats, tinted windows, all-weather floor mats, warranty, etc. What is the window sticker? Because we can then compare what was the original MSRP, at what price point it is getting sold right now, what is the depreciation on the car. So we can look at a concept what we have, especially for pre-owned car. It's called value for money. So I'll show you how we calculate value for money, how we plot all the graphs and the numbers on that front. So we look at again the online price, what is the miles driven, which is the dealership it is getting sold from, what is the Carfax link, whether there is any accident status on that, and the contact name of the dealership person, what is the availability comment look like, what is the initial OTD, what are the initial quotations, what is the negotiations which we have done, etc. After that, we also look at she was not sure between the two different trim options. So we also did a detailed comparison on that. And plus, what I was just about to, what briefly I said is value for money. So all the four shortlisted options, what we cumulatively finalized, in that we looked at what is the total out the door price coming out to be, what was the initial MSRP back in the day, what is the depreciation on the MSRP, and how many miles it has been driven. So you can see just like why this is marked in red is because the MSRP was 43,393. It has been driven like almost 15,000 miles. But the reduction on the price on the online total is only $1,000. So it doesn't make sense to buy a 15,000 driven miles car with
Mhm.
only $1,000 reduction. But you can see
Sure.
these two were better because almost 15,000 miles, $5,000 reduction on the MSRP. And then again, this is better because the distance was closer. But here the features were better in this. So you can see that how we are plotting against all of the different things to have a very rational, very systematic oriented decision rather than just like, oh, this price was less, so I ended up buying it. But it's not like that. We have to look at the
Mhm.
features, we have to look at the total package which it comes with, and etc. etc. And then we plot different graphs also. So you can see that the miles are driven versus the price and how that regression curve, sorry to be a little bit technical here, but a regression curve is looking like. And anything which is below the red line, which are the three of these options, are better. If we are just looking at number wise, numbers versus price, this is what we look at. Then we created one more graph here because we found more inventory options. And then we plotted one more graph. So in this, these two were better. So in that, again, we look at the package. We look at what was the original MSRP, what is the depreciation on the MSRP, how far is the dealership, whether it is clean title, how many owners it has, was it personal lease or rental. If it is rental, we tend to stay away because multiple drivers would have or multiple users would have used that car. It would have been driven like 30, 40, 50, 60,000 miles across different terrain across the country, right? So all those nuances is what is coming behind our mind when we are doing this kind of exercises. And then from there, we go and choose the final ones. So this is one different example. Here is another example of another client of ours where he was not sure which kind of luxury SUV, Mercedes or Porsches or Beamers he was looking at. So we first of all created all the options for him. And then we asked him to put down his comments. This is not applicable for you because I know that you are very focused on the Toyota Supra. So we'll skip this one. And then again, we created like all the new, the certified one, the coupe one, where all of these vehicles are, what is the pricing looking like, what is the initial OTD coming out to be, what is the miles driven versus the set prices coming out to be. And then we also looked at the appraisal because he was looking to sell. But then we were able to directly do everything on the email itself. Here is one option. What I wanted to show you is how the shipping looks like. So for one of our another client based out of Texas, he had to get his Porsche shipped. So we looked at all the quotations, what we received, what is the negotiation which we are doing. So you have full visibility. So every spreadsheet you can see is getting very custom created based upon our client input and what the client is looking for. So this is on a very high level on the curation process, what we do. Let me also show you some more examples.
I will be in like 5, 10 minutes. Is that cool? Okay.
Let me
Morning.
share my screen again.
Did you on the Domo? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll be done in like 5 minutes.
I'll come back to say you're gone. I was just gonna say I found out how in Domo you can group everybody together quickly.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
People
no,
are
no.
getting antsy.
Yes. So this is the listings what we did for the Porsche pre-owned ones. So I'm trying to show you the pre-owned ones, and you can see some of them are accidents, some of them are getting sold. So we are moving them down as a part of the curation process. So we never take no for an answer. We keep inputting, we keep moving forward. Here the clients are also putting their inputs, which are the ones that they are liking, which are the ones that they are not liking. And from there, we moved into a shortlisted option. Again, we created the graph curve here to see between the top three options what he chose, where we are looking at. And so by default, this was better. Then we do a detailed dive on that front. For another client of ours, we created the master list. And then we went and created the entire listings. So you can see here again the different makes and models were there. So it becomes very complex. And then the client decided to take a pause. So like that, we have multiple spreadsheets, which I
Okay.
can walk you through. Let me show you
That
some
sounds good.
more. You are
Yeah,
good?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't mean to cut you short, but I know you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
so I'm good.
Can you tell me your wife's name? Holly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull up her spreadsheet. Holly Ellsbury. Right. I found it.
Yep.
So she bought Genesis, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So here we go. So this is when she started with us. This is her name on the top right. And
Awesome.
this is all the information what we collected. This is the master documents what we did. OTD price, ideally no shipping. We look at the listings what we created for her and how we moved the discussion. And here in the OTD prices, you can see the initial versus the final negotiated, the savings what we are able to bring to the table. And then all the
Oh.
comparison, the trim level comparison we did, which we did for her because
Mhm.
she was not sure what she's look. I mean, which trim needs to be better at that.
Mhm.
And also because I remember with Holly, we had more than 50 different email threads and conversations. Let me pull up that as well for a quick second here. I'll just share my screen again. Yeah. Let me know once you are able to see the screen.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is where we started. We shared the client handbook, exactly the same, which will do it for you. We sent all the comparison just out of the spreadsheet what we created, and then she started replying to us. Then the conversation went following show images. This is the list what we shared, and then the conversation continued. I don't know why her email
Yeah.
coming out to be from spam. But yeah, I'm accepting that all the current offers is what we are able to share. So it's not just like what you see in the spreadsheet is only the work which
Yeah.
we are doing, right? There's a lot of work which goes between the email threads as well to
Yeah.
ensure that we are able to respond very quickly and we are able
Awesome.
to continue the process. And so this is where she was happy, and then we were able to coordinate and give that coordinates of the dealership where she was going to go and then purchase it. This is the final negotiated price. So you get a full copy of the quotation so that you know that you are just comparing apple to apple here with the same exact win number as well, so that they are
Yep.
not changing it in the final hour. And one of
Yeah. I
our
remember
team
being
members
involved
will
at
be
the end.
available. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, yeah, I remember I got involved at the end to help with that part.
Oh,
So I remember, yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff.
yes. And then she was very kind enough to say, looks great, great job, team. Please have the salesperson reach out to me. And then the final coordination went on. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. I like it.
You like it? Okay. So within the next 1 hour, what I'll do is we'll create an email thread where we'll get started on your journey for Toyota Supra. So I'll
Awesome.
loop in my associate concierge team, the same team members which helped Holly, are the same team members which I'll put it here so that they have that personal connect and they know what she purchased, and it's a much better rather than putting someone new from the team. So we'll do the same. And then I'll send you a separate text with a PayPal invoice of $499. You can take a moment and make the payment for your availability today, and then the team will get started right away.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds great.
Sounds good. Any
Yeah, thanks.
additional questions or anything you have before we complete our call?
No, that sounds great. I appreciate you explaining it to me. It sounds like a plan.
Yes, we look forward to getting your wonderful sports car pretty soon. I'm excited.
All right. Thanks, Neil.
Thanks. Bye bye.
All right. Have a great day.